The call came just after midnight. A voice I knew too well, smug, familiar. "Your daughter's finished," the sheriff said. I could hear the ice clinking in his glass. Maybe he was drunk. Maybe he was high on the power he thought he owned. My boy broke her arm. She should have stayed quiet. This is my town. Then he laughed, a slow, ugly sound that crawled under my skin. I said nothing. I let the line go dead. I looked at my daughter, asleep on the couch, her cast awkwardly resting against her chest. She hadn't wanted me to take her to the hospital. Thought silence meant safety. I knew better. 15 years in the Secret Service taught me how silence could be weaponized, how predators build kingdoms out of fear. I had planned motorcades, mapped routes, set contingencies, and accounted for every choke point. I had moved presidents through hostile streets without a scratch, and I knew one wrong turn could collapse the entire structure. That sheriff had just handed me his son's weakness, and I intended to show him exactly what silence could cost. The town bent around him, judges, deputies, even the local press. They looked the other way when his son came home drunk or peeled rubber down Main Street at 3 a.m. But breaking my daughter's arm wasn't just recklessness. It was a message. Stay small. I wasn't built for small. I ran scenarios in my head like I used for presidents. Entry routes, exit routes, headlights cutting across narrow roads, shadows hiding mistakes. The boy drove a cherry red sports car his daddy bought to keep him quiet. I knew the sound of that engine by heart. Cocky, predictable. He thought the road was his. He never realized someone else was listening. I started small, watching patterns. Every Friday, the boy left the bar at 11:30 sharp. Tires screeched, stereo thumped, and he cut through alleys like they were extensions of his driveway. I didn't drink. I barely slept. I just waited. The sheriff called again to gloat. "Your girl cry yet? She'll learn. You'll learn. I'm untouchable." I bit down until my teeth hurt, keeping my voice calm. "You're right," I said. "You own this place." Then I hung up, already mapping the plan in my mind. One alley, narrow, blind corner, one wrong turn, and his own arrogance would do the rest. No weapons, no chase. Just gravity meeting brick and steel. Every president I ever protected had a shadow route, the one no one was supposed to know. This boy was about to discover his. The night came moonless and quiet. I parked 2 blocks away, hood up, looking like another mechanic with a stubborn engine. At 11:32, the growl of the sports car reached me. Bass rattling windows, laughter spilling out. First turn sharp, second sloppy, then the third, where I'd subtly move the signs. One-way arrow reversed, waiting in the dark. Headlights swung wide. Tires screamed. Metal shredded against brick. Silence followed, sudden and absolute. I didn't move, didn't blink, just listened to the engine hiss and the faint pop of cooling steel. Clean, precise, exactly as planned. By dawn, the sheriff arrived, badge crooked, shirt half-tucked, looking smaller than I remembered. His son was gone. Our eyes met. He didn't know how, didn't need details, just that I had been in the shadows, waiting. He opened his mouth, maybe to threaten, maybe to beg, but nothing came out. I stepped closer, close enough for him to smell the oil and iron on my coveralls. "You own this town," I said softly, "but you never own me." He flinched as if struck. I turned away before he could find words. The wreckage behind him spoke, louder than anything he could say. That morning, my daughter stirred on the couch, unaware of the sirens miles away. She still believed silence meant safety. I let her keep that. For me, silence was different. It was a blade, sharp and cut clean through arrogance, through power, through the myth of untouchable men. The sheriff would wake every day to that alley, hearing the twisted echo of steel in his mind, knowing his kingdom had walls thinner than glass. I went back to the garage, wiped grease from my hands, fixed engines. The world thought nothing had changed, but the boy's car never passed my window again. That silence? It was mine. Sometimes the quietest revenge leaves the loudest echo.